Alright, I thought I'd take the opportunity to do a review on this 250-gallon reverse flow smoker from Piggyback Smokers up a little outside of Memphis. I bought this smoker last late spring, early summer from them, and thought I'd do a review on how it's cooked and how it's constructed. I purchased this originally through an advertisement off their website. I called them about one that I saw just like this. Asked them how much to build one. It was $2,200. Tell you that up front there. So I ordered it. It was ordered and spec'd out with a 1/4 inch thick firebox all the way around, and with LED brake lights, pull behind trailer model. Has a removable front trailer hitch, so you have a receiver there that a removable hitch goes into that keeps it from walking off. Single door and thermometer, and a food preparation tray or whatever you want to call it here on the front. I got it covered with tinfoil right now. It is just expanded steel on an angle iron frame right there. I always put the foil down just so I can pull the racks out without dripping stuff everywhere. I usually go low and slow on my food. I'm cooking right now just 3 racks of ribs and 9 chicken quarters, trying to go hot and fast so that I can get some food done before our family has to go to a Christmas parade today. Comes with these Tell True thermometers with their company logo on. As you can see, I am cooking. I usually like to be about 225. We're at 300 and rising. I've got some splits of hickory on it right now in the box here. So there's the firebox. It draws pretty good. Burns good. Haven't had an issue with the function of the smoker. The purchase of the smoker was a little bit different story. That was kind of fun. You don't get much communication with these guys once they sell it to you, and you're waiting. They hit their completion date within a week or so of what they promised. I went from Central Alabama up to Tennessee to pick it up. I'm very busy and got a busy schedule, so I ran up there and grabbed it. Didn't notice until I got home to season it that the firebox was not made out of 1/4 inch steel. It was made out of 3/16 plate. That was a little bit thinner than what we had agreed upon, and I was pretty upset about it. They took a couple days to determine what the best course of action is. I offered a couple solutions. I offered, give me a rebate, send me some cash, and I would, at a later date when it rusts out, replace the firebox myself, or to cut the steel and send it down, and I could cut it off and weld it on, and still give me a partial rebate, or to come pick it up and replace it with a smoker that had the 1/4 inch firebox as I was sold. After a little bit of discussion, they opted for the second option there, and they ran it down to me. I almost missed my cook that I had planned on this unit. I had sold my Weber Ranch kettle and another offset cooker I had to pay for this one, and I was about stuck up the river without the paddle. They ended up getting it here on time, like I said, for me to get 1 or 2 quick cooks and seasons in it and try and get familiar with it before I did my cook. So I was tight on time, but it ended up working. The cooker cooks great. It does what it's supposed to. It gets hot. It holds pretty even temperature end to end. Kind of hard not to do that with a reverse flow smoker. Like I said, this is a reverse flow smoker. It has the reverse flow plate in the bottom. has these latches or clamps for latches on the door. They're nothing more than just some Destaco clamps that you could get from McMaster Car or Car Lane or one of these other warehouses. It has 2 racks in it. Down a little distance there with a baffle plate in the bottom underneath the rack here. Both these racks will come out. Pretty decent setup. One of the things in terms of craftsmanship, you'll see here some slag around the hole there. Looks, it's got some grease and stuff on it now, but that's slag. A lot of rough edges where they've plasma cut stuff or cut it with a torch and didn't clean it up, grind it, deburr it. The welds are okay. Some of them look pretty decent. The toe around the weld's a little uneven, some of them little lopsy. It gets a little bubble gummy down here. Weld's kind of sitting in there, didn't flow out that well around the firebox here, but it's stuck together. Maybe a little more critical than others. A CWI, but they're holding together. I don't see it failing or anything. Not up there with Shirley fabrication by any means. I bought this pit because I couldn't afford a Shirley and didn't want to wait the lead time. But those are absolutely beautiful smokers if you ever look at one. I would say my biggest disappointment, outside of them giving me the wrong thickness firebox and having to go through that whole rigmarole, is that the prep on the materials prior to painting and then the painting itself isn't all that fantastic. The unit, he had mentioned sandblasting. It wasn't written down anywhere. I don't know what they sandblasted. Definitely didn't sandblast the interior of anything that wasn't painted, and they didn't sandblast any of the places that they missed painting. So it leads me to believe perhaps this thing wasn't sandblasted at all. Nothing on the undersides was painted. So the underside of the table here was all raw steel. The underside of the firebox was raw steel. The underside of all the frame rails on the trailer was raw steel, and I had to get a spray paint can and try and cover some of that. They did paint the bottom side of the cook chamber, but none of the bottom side of the trailer or the like I said, the tray here was cooked or painted. Also, you can tell on the bottom side here, the paint has started to wear off or peel off of the handle, and it's just raw finished bar stock. It hasn't ever seen any sandblasting. So definitely don't do the surface prep you might like to see prior to painting. And I think that's the reason for the paint not holding up, as well as being a little thin. You can already see rust forming around a lot of the seams. This thing has never been anywhere other than underneath a carport since I purchased it, and we're already starting to get rust now. I expect that a little bit, but a little better job on the prep and paint would have prevented this from rusting, I believe, this quick. Like I said, it cooks, makes a fire, it pulls the smoke through really well. Apologize for the video here, the way I'm walking around, but just want to do a quick review. Was it worth $2,200? I think so. I don't have much buyer's remorse. I was just hoping for a little bit better in terms of the craftsmanship and the communication during the buying process, and of course getting the right quality product the first time would have helped my impressions a little bit. I'm not going to say whether you should buy one or not. Let you make that decision based on some of my feedback and whatever research you want to do. I would definitely say if I had the money, man, go to Shirley Fabrication out of Tuscaloosa. Heard nothing but good things from them, and I've seen their product, and it's absolutely beautiful. But if you're a poor guy like me, I'm not poor, but I'm not rich either. I would definitely consider something like this. But hope that helps a little bit. I'll post this and for people to make an educated decision. Thanks.